And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. A big Saturday show to get to. Nice carryover in the late pick five, but the big carryover, the big talk for the next week in horse racing, that's Stronach 5. So before we show, it's a big carryover. Before we show you the number, let's talk about Friday. McCarthy had a big day. Right. McCarthy won 3. He won the feature for Englehart with the Put the Glass Down horse. Cal Lynchbarn had a big day. They won 2, and Horacio Caramanos with a 2-win day. So they had a big start to the weekend.
That card beat me up pretty good yesterday. That was a tough card all the way through. Not any real tremendous big prices, but putting them together was the key. Stan could just string them together. And it was an awfully tough task. And like you said, we've got that carryover because of that.
Yeah, so let's show you what we have next Friday for the Stronach 5, the popular national wager. It'll start right here at Laurel Park. There's the carryover, almost $168,000. Now, talking to Sal Sinatra earlier this morning, last time we had a carryover in the Stronach 5 about this size, they bet $800,000 into it. So let's hope we can get to $1 million to the next Friday. We're going to hope to get to $1 million for the Stronach 5 pool next Friday with that industry low 12% takeout. Let's lead you through. Leave that number up there for a few minutes. We'll lead you through the prices. We had unequivocal, a $17 winner to kick it off here at Laurel Park. Jorge Riaz aboard for Wayne Potts. They bet over $190,000 once again into the Stronach 5 yesterday. So unequivocal is a $17 horse. You had a $12 horse at Gulfstream Leg B. That was the 5, Lovely Lovey, with Jose Ortiz aboard. Then you had a $27 horse at Golden Gate Leg C. That was Admiral Boom, paid $27.20. That horse was an overlay. He was 8-1 morning line.
Right.
Then the big horse, Santa Anita Leg D, you had the 4 there. Encounters paid $46. That was a big price. Then you had Gee with Irad Ortiz won the finale, a $7 horse in the finale. So no one had it. There's the carryover next Friday. We'll take entries for Laurel Park tomorrow for next Friday's card. And so I think it's safe to assume the other tracks will take entries as well tomorrow for next Friday. We'll have the lineup of Stronach 5 races early in the week. They'll get that out right away. We'll have plenty of time to study. I say next Friday we just make the whole Today at the Races, the Stronach 5 show, and try to get this up to $1 million next Friday. What do you say?
Maybe do a little extra work. Yeah. Hey, if that's what they want to do, we'll just focus on the Stronach 5. You're talking could be right around $1 million.
Going to be like the old double-triple days with the carryover and the double-triple back in the 80s. They'd fly into Laurel Park. They would sell out of newspapers at the newsstand on Main Street.
Yep. Those were the days, man.
If you knew Heavy-Duty Wayne, he'd save you one, though.
Yeah,
or unless he gave it to his buddy Fat Freddy first.
You always had to kind of piece somebody off. You knew somebody at the local 7-Eleven or something. Hey, stash one for me. Do something. Just hide a form for me so I can get the cap in a little bit earlier. Quick question: was anybody alive?
I did see somebody tweeted out there was somebody live.
There was.
I think maybe for the whole pool.
Wow.
Going into the last race, into the last leg. That you said they were live to the 2 and the 6. Okay. That was leg E at Gulfstream. They were live to the 2 and the 6 for the whole pool. So Gee wins it, paid $7 in the finale. So all right, it's a big carryover. We're gonna have plenty of time to study that Stronach 5 for next Friday. Nice carryover today in our late pick 5. There it is. That's gonna start race 4 on the 8-race card, a little over $4,500 with that industry low 12% takeout. I have a ticket for both pick 5s today. My late pick 5 is only a $45 play. Both my tickets and our picks for today on the website, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section. So nice carryover in our late pick 5. We have a handicapping tournament going on today. The Cure the Winter Blues handicapping tournament started last Saturday with our big Sprint Fest Winter Carnival. And talking to Ty Ellis, we had a big turnout for the Cure the Winter Blues last Saturday. It goes through mid-March. I believe it goes to that big stakes day we have March 14th. That's a big Champions tournament and the big stakes day, that National Pie Day. I think it goes to that. But before we get to that, we have the Champions tournament. But we can just go with whatever. Back to the Cure the Winter Blues tournament, though, if we can put that back up. Cure the Winter Blues today is going to be Laurel races 4 through 8. and then Gulfstream races 8 through 9. So nice handicapping tournament going on today. All right, now the next tournament, Champions Handicapping Tournament. That's March 14th. That's guaranteed over $33,000 in prizes. You choose your berth to the NHC, the big one, or the Breeders' Cup Betting Challenge. This is always a popular tournament, well played. It'll be Saturday, March 14th in the Sports Bar. Registration now open for the Champions Handicapping Tournament. More information on the website, laurelpark.com. It's a big stakes day as well, March 14th. It's our National Pie Day Stakes. We have 4 $100,000 stakes. We got word yesterday from Pimentel's agent. Looks like Arifana is pointing towards the Nellie Morse, and maybe we'll see Always Mining as well in the Harrison E. Johnson. We'll have top 3-year-olds in the private terms in the Beyond the Wire. So the handicap Cure the Winter Blues goes until this day in March. You can sign up today for the Cure the Winter Blues guest services, first floor of the clubhouse. What were you doing back in, in 1994? That was a good year. I graduated high school that year. You were calling charts by then, right?
Yeah,
94. Silver Charm was born.
Here.
You were calling charts here.
Yeah, I came back and came back working for Equibase in the early '90s. So yeah, '94 I would have been here.
All right. It was a big year. Silver Charm was born this day back in 1994. Let's show you what he did 3 years later after he was born. Here's the 1997 Preakness Stretch Drive, Silver Charm in the blue shadow roll there. Captain Bodgett for Gary Capuano coming on the outside. You had the light gray on the inside. Who was that? Freehouse.
Well, and this was just a phenomenal horse race.
Captain's flying on the outside.
Yeah, working on the chart on this one. This was a good one. Look at this. Freehouse looks like man.
Silver Charm just gets
up by
it.
a zop. Captain Bodgett right there in the photo with Freehouse. He was a great horse, too. There's some really good battles during that time. Yep. 97.
That was Bob Baffert's coming out party there, right?
Basically, yeah. You had
right?
Lewis's, right? And Bob and Beverly Lewis. And I tell you,
Gary
after that,
Stevens aboard.
And I remember that up in the press box afterwards. My now wife got married, a month later in June of 97.
All right, so good year for you.
I think that's when I got married.
All right.
97.
Close enough.
What year are we in now?
We're in 2020.
Anyhow, they were so gracious, those owners. And Gina was sitting there on the steps watching. As I was working on the chart, she's watching the kind of the press conference in the press box there.
Right.
And Ms. couldn't have been more genuine in talking to her. Just a complete, didn't know her from Adam, but really, really good people. And, what a racehorse. What a horse race that one was.
He's still alive, Silver Charm. He's still kicking down there at Old Friends in Kentucky. Won the Derby, the Preakness that year. Go on to be Horse of the Year. So tickets, are we going to see another Silver Charm this year? Maybe an American Pharaoh, Justify, Baffert. He's locked and loaded with the top 3-year-olds in the country. Preakness, 145. Tickets on sale now. Saturday, May 16th at Old Hilltop. Preakness.com for all your tickets and information for Preakness and Black Eyed Susan Day. It's right around the corner. We had a big work this morning here at Laurel Park. Trainer Jerry O'Dwyer was nice enough to give Naomi Tucker some inside access to Shotsky. Shotsky was second in the Withers recently up at Aqueduct. He's heading down to the Fountain of Youth. That's a week from today down at Gulfstream. He turned in his final tune-up to this morning here at Laurel Park. Let's show you that video. Here's Shotsky breaking from the gate. Jerry O'Dwyer is aboard Shotsky for the work. And the workmate for Shotsky, Naomi Tucker, telling me it's an American Pharaoh filly. So the American Pharaoh filly's unraced. She's on the inside. Shotsky's on the outside with O'Dwyer aboard with the maroon helmet cover. Looks like he's nice and settled and relaxed there as they broke out of the gate. They're going down the backstretch now. I believe this work was a 5/8 work. So it looks... here's a final tune-up for Shotsky. Now he's head-and-head with the American Pharaoh. It looks like a nice American Pharaoh filly down there on the inside. So how about O'Dwyer? He's got Shotsky. He's got an American Pharaoh filly coming up. He had a big win up in New York yesterday with Ilchester Cheetah.
Yes.
His 3-year-old filly who's won 5 races. And there's Shotsky going to the front now in the work. They'll finish up the work at the top of the stretch here. So good-looking effort there from Shotsky. We wish him well. He'll be... What kind of price do you think he'll be down there in the Fountain of Youth? There's some favorites already, waiting down there. He'll probably be around, I'll guess, maybe 8-10 to 1.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, I got to take a little bit closer look at the race, but yeah, it would seem like that. And he should like that track. He should like that, and he's usually pretty good out of the gate. Gets position, trying to get him maybe to rate a little bit and make that move maybe a little bit later. But I think he's certainly going to be a factor up front for a while.
Yeah. Now Luis Saez, one of the country's top riders, one of the leading riders down there right now in the championship meet at Gulfstream. Saez has been aboard Shotsky in his last couple of races. It'd be interesting to see if O'Dwyer can hopefully keep Luis Saez aboard for the Fountain of Youth. So that's next Saturday. We have one of the top 3-year-olds in the country right here on the ground, Shotsky. We appreciate Jerry O'Dwyer's access there. Nice job by Naomi Tucker and our camera guy Phil Brooks, and I think they might even have Steve Martin out there this morning. I think they had a 2-person camera crew out there this morning.
All right, great.
Let's get right to it. Let's show you a picture of the main track, a beautiful, fair-playing, fast track. We're going to have beautiful weather today. 42 right now, supposed to get up into the 50s. Doesn't look like the wind's going to be much of a factor. Looks like they're working on the track. Make sure it's even throughout. We have one of the best track crews in the country. Nice fast track today to kick off the race one in 52 minutes. Your thoughts on the weather? Doesn't look like it's going to be a factor today.
No, and one thing I did notice yesterday, I didn't really see water in the track at all. I know they feared it got really cold last night, and they were worried about that. So that track yesterday, a little bit drier, some of the horses just may not have liked it.
Okay.
So take that day with a grain of salt when you're really kind of breaking down and looking at the thing. When those horses come back, if horses kind of look like they jumped off form, maybe forgive that race from yesterday. So, yeah, and today, beautiful day. I think moving forward, we're good. The weather ticking in the right direction. But and again, hats off, Naomi, and the whole gang here, our TV department. This is one thing, workouts and such like that we haven't really had here. And when I look at works, I don't really live and die by the way. If you're working steadily, that's great. I want to see that work pattern, time-wise, and everything I want to see how horses do it.
Sure.
And let's hope she can bring more of that to the table. It's great having her on the team and showing some things like that. It's certainly going to help the bettors, no doubt.
All right, here we go. Race 1 kicks off. The early pick 5. Toy was a nice winner of the opener yesterday. So maiden 25, 4 and up, going a flat mile. It's a mandatory payout here on the early pick 5. Industry low, 12% takeout on all the pick 5s here at Laurel Park. So here we go. Race 1, going a flat mile. Maiden 25,000, 4 and up. I go with the 7 on top here. Start with Yes, going to be a short price favorite. He's 7-5 morning line. He's been a bit of a money burner. He's been the beaten favorite in a bunch of his recent races, but he finally drops to the maiden 25 level today. It's the cheapest he's ever run. He's been running well against maiden 40, maiden special weight company. Now he gets an easier spot today. They want to win. They want to win now. Here's my early pick 5 ticket. I'll use the 7 Start with Yes, along with the 3 Dinah's Night here to kick it off. Race 2, I'm 6 deep there in race 2. I'm using everybody but the 5 there in race 2. Race 3, I single on the 6 John Jones for Lacey Gaudette. 4 deep there, that nickel starter. Race 4, and then race 5. I have a big price on top. Race 5. There's a bunch of speed in race 5. I'm going to go with a closer. I have the 8 Cash again on top at 15-1 for Dale Capuano in race 5. I'll also use another closer, the 7 Good Luck Jonathan. I picked second there, race 5. So I'm looking for a big price in race 5.
When we get to my late pick 4 stand in that race, which starts at, I don't have the 8, but I've got 6 horses in there. That's how tough some of these races are today.
Yep.
Good little card. If you don't have a big bankroll, maybe just play around. Do a $1 3-horse box in your exactas, or even some. I think we're going to see some big numbers up on that tote board today.
All right, here we go. Race 1. I have the 7 on top. Start with the S. You go with the 1 here. Yeah. Power back 10-1 on top here. First off the claim for Chucky Houghton.
Yeah, start with the S. Going to be very short. We saw a heavy favorite Toy yesterday. I don't think this horse will be as short. Start with the S. He looked like a stone cold winner last time. He's 0 for 14. He's been a beaten favorite 5 of his last 7. He could end up on or just off the lead. It's a horse to beat. I'm going to go for a price. Power back has not run terrible. They improved that buyer just recently off of the Will You Make It Happen, Melt Will You Make Me Happy race. Okay, now a 54. I know I had the early edition. This horse is hedging in the right way. They claim, they wait, they raise. You might be able to fool this horse into going long one time. There's some routers into the family, and we saw Will You Make Me Happy or Will Make You Happy come back and run a 78 yesterday, Stan. I'm going to take a little upset shot in the opener with the 1 Power back first time Donovan Houghton.
All right, so the 7 start with Yes, going to be a heavy favorite here. Keith going with a price on top, the 1 power back in race 1. Let's turn the page. Race 2 is going to start the rolling super high 5, little carryover to start, $781, low 15% takeout in the rolling super high 5. We have it every race with 7 or more horses. Race 2 also kicks off the early pick 4. We're going 6.5 furlongs, claiming 16,000 for straight 3-year-olds. I go up to 6 on top here, 9-2 on the 6. Awesome at righties for Wayne Potts. 1-2 in a row. He's going in the right direction. Now you're getting 7 pounds off with Charlie Marquez. A nice lightweight assignment, 115, a closing sprinter. I think the closing sprinters, he's going to love the 6.5 furlongs today. I think that's a closing sprinter distance, 6.5, 7 furlongs. So I'll go with the 6 on top. You like him as well.
Agreed. 2-time winner, the only one, right, in the race.
Yep.
A little speed, a little extra distance here, a little extra 16th of a mile, and gets a live bug in Marquez. So, yeah, I think Awesome Radies will make a run into the speed. I think it's going to come from the speed. 1, Little Harbor, the 2, Gone Home. These 2 go out. They're going to force that issue up top. I think Mucho Macho Danny just had a little tougher trip last time. Really got banged around out of the gate, forced out several paths, and still closed up ground. The extra 16th of a mile might be the difference for him to turn the tables on Awesome Radies. Good little horse race here. I think Gone Home, improving here for Rodolfo Sanchez Solomon, can kind of battle with Little Harbor, shake free. I just don't know if he can get that last little bit with these horses closing in.
Yeah, I think this race is wide open. There's 7 in here.
Yep.
I go 6 deep. I use everybody but the 5 here in race 2 on my early pick 5 ticket. Rainbow pick 6 going to start. Race 3, our big feature of the day to start the pick 6, to anchor these early pick 5s and pick 4s. We have a nice little carryover, over 1,000 for the 20-cent Rainbow pick 6 starting in race 3. We're going a flat mile, a third level allowance condition, 4-year-olds and upward. If you won this allowance condition, you can be in for the $50,000 tag, and that's the story of my top pick, the 6, John Jones. He's won this condition before. The 8-year-old's in for $50,000. He's made over $500,000. This is the horse that put Lacey Gaudet on the map. What a claim it was for her, and she has the 8-year-old in top form. Look who he was just second to. Well, let's show you that race. We have the start of the Jennings back on January 18th. John Jones, the 1 horse this day.
Yeah.
Big stumble.
Oh, man, right to the nose there was John Jones, and is going to be able to recover. Here we go one more time. That is awfully tough. But, man, the old pro, the 8-year-old, gathered himself back up. McCarthy got himself to relax and rate, always minding your eventual winner. But I tell you, John Jones is going to be able to work outwards into the center of the track and really make a game run. What a recovery from that terrible start from John Jones. And I tell you, I like what Lacey's done. He's gotten this horse. You know, usually you used to see him really keen and right up on the lead, wanting to go. He's showing a little different tactic in the last couple races, be able to sit and make a move into it. Doesn't really matter what difference. John Jones is going to take the measure. I don't think he's as fast as Smooth B. This 5 horse is awfully quick for Robert Reed. I think he's going to go out, clear, and try to rate. John Jones won't let him get too far away. If he gets a good break, he'll make a move into it. But I'm looking at Jaffazo. I've been chasing Jaffazo. He's been hampered by some trouble and some slower paces. I think he can make amends today with a little bit better flow up in front.
All right, we have that video from his last race, late January. This was first off the claim for Lacey. Here's the race, a big third behind Senior Investment, who would come right back to win. Jaffazo, the 3 horse this day.
Yeah, the 3 in the blue and the white silks. They're going up in between horses. Hound Sense out front, but getting away with it pretty slowly up front. And Jaffazo kind of stacked up and backed up into the turn right here past the half-mile marker. Has to go ahead and steady. There wasn't a whole lot separating this field in talent, so you can't give up much, Stan, with trouble and against a slower pace. Jaffazo, they're still giving effort to the wire. Senior Investment out and about the 4-5 path, going to go ahead and win by a length and a quarter. Toughest Hombre was awfully good coming right back. We're going to see him today, but I think Jaffazo just needs a cleaner trip. His numbers work. Mile works for him. He's 3 for 5 at this distance. I think you're going to see maybe a couple little waves. The speed up front with Smooth B, John Jones, and then Toughest Hombre. They're the top 3. Jaffazo making that run, and he'll get a jump on Harper's first ride, and we're going to have a good little finish here at the last 1/8 of a mile in race number 3.
Yeah, it's a real nice feature. Harper's first ride, your 2-1 morning line favored. We both pick him second. Big win last out against 2 other than, but he's a big step up here to the 3rd level allowance condition today. But he's a perfect 3 for 3 at Laurel Park. He likes the 1 mile distance. He just ran a lifetime best 93 buyer. Looks like this was a nice claim for Claudio. Claimed him for $30,000. Now they've won 3 races. He's a Maryland bred 4-year-old son of Painter. He'll get a nice inside trip with Victor Carrasco. He'll be tough, but he is stepping up in class today. He's facing some heavyweights in this race.
He's running against the right kind. Tapping Cat's kind of a key. He was 3 clear of Toughest Hombre in that most recent race on the 19th. Toughest Hombre has had a race since, but the short comment, that was correct. Relentless. That horse, man, through binoculars, the last 1/8 of a mile, he wanted it bad, and he got it. So a field of 6 quality horses in this race. Charging Storm, I know he's going to be a longer price. He's a pretty good horse in his own right. So Jaffazo for me. I hope I can get that 9-2.
All right, 6 monsters in today's feature. Race 3, let's turn the page. Nice carryover today in the late pick 5, starting race 4. Nobody hit it yesterday for 5 out of 5, so there's the carryover, $4,563. Industry low, 12% takeout. Let's check out my ticket, $45 play. I go 5 deep here in race 4. It's a tricky nickel starter going 2 turns. I have the 5 Fred will walk on top. Might be lone speed, but coming off the layoff, coming off a long layoff for Linda Albert. So, coming off, he's got to be ready to go in a tough 2-turn test today. I go 5 deep in race 4. Bob's my own. I use everybody but the 2 in the 4 here in this race. The 7 Cuzzies Western, he's live at 8-1. So I'm 5 deep to kick off this late pick 5. Race 5, I go 3 deep there. I have the 8 Cash again on top at 15-1. I also like the 6 and the 7 in that race. Race 6, the 1 Mahdi, and the 5's my top pick in there, Wild River. Then race 7, I'll single on a 4-1 shot for you. The 8, Steady Love. You know I love those $10 singles. Steady Love, a 3-time winner for Claudio Gonzalez. Got nobody else in the race has even won 2. Nice lightweight assignment, 112 she carries today with the 7-pound bug, Alberto Burgos. So I key on the 8, Steady Love, in race 7. Race 8, on the outside is going to be tough. High Roller is going to be tough, but I also use the 5 Liquid Hero, who's getting 10 pounds off from the 7, and also the 4 Elusive Hero for Nat Eubanks at 6-1. So if I can get a couple of these prices home, I might have a nice big late pick 5 ticket here. Let's see if I can get live in race 4. We're going a mile and a 16th, 5,000 starter allowance, 4 and up. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of speed. If Linda Albert has Fred will walk ready to go, he's a real neat horse. He's a 5-time winner at Laurel Park. He gets real brave and game when he gets on an easy early lead. Kevin Gomez, he knows this horse. He's won 3 times at least on this horse. The works look okay. A couple nice 5 furlong workouts, but coming off this long of a layoff, certainly a tough assignment. I put him on top. You pick him 4th.
Yeah, I'm going to use them in the mix. Another tough little race. I do end up on the favorite. But Federal Walk, I like this move going 2 turns off the layoff rather than the mile. I think this is a little easier, Stan. Don't you, on these horses? Yep. You can use that speed advantage around the turn, maybe a little bit of a breather, and then kind of edge away from there if you can. So Federal Walk goes a long way in here. No doubt has the numbers to back it up. It's run okay, fresh. So a final prospect, though, he's rounding into about close to his top of form as he can be right now. The 8-year-old running quite big. Love him. He's easy. A really good horse that he ran at 2 last time. No disgrace running that 80 up at Parks. I think he can go ahead and stalk. Maybe he lays in 3rd position behind 8 Misbehaving, who's going to maybe to get the first run on Federal Walk. I like Final Prospect right back with a barn that's doing quite well. Ness and McCarthy, tough combo to beat. Bob's my uncle, just sits the trip. He just settle back off of it, save ground every step of the way. I think he'll make a steady progression up into it and be a factor late.
How about Cuzzies Western? And Nat Eubanks has this 8-year-old going in the right direction. He's a 6-time winner at Laurel Park. He just won against Open 8,000, so that puts him right there against this group. Good move here for Nat Eubanks. Running back in 3 weeks. He's razor sharp right now. Katie Davis will ride him, so he's attractive at 8-1 in this spot. Cuzzies Western.
This will be the true test for him to see where he really is right now. There's Open 8s. It works, and I don't know if they were the toughest Open 8s, but he's certainly trying right now. He got back to his tactics of closing in, taking a little bit of a rating hold early and closing in. He's been determined against this group. This is going to be a really tough test for him, but you're going to get a square price, Stan. You're going to get 8 or 10-1 on him.
All right, let's get a quick commercial break. You like the late pick 4. That starts in race 5. We'll check it out right after this.
and they're off. He's second in the two-path. Ground on Hurt inside. Race. A quarter of a mile to go, and he's 6 on top. It's last of the 12 as they roll into the backstretch.
All right, here we go with the late pick 4. Starts in race 5 today. Nice starter allowance going 3/4. Let's check out your ticket, Keith, see how you play it.
Here it is. Spread them here in the 5th. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Hopefully we got them covered. I do not have your 8 horse, and I don't have Claudio. Tough. You take that many horses and you don't use Claudio. I just think he's going to have a tough trip from the inside. He's going to have to battle, bring a little bit more finish because Bullet's Child for Damon is awfully quick, and he's going to have to make a move into that one. Race 6, the 1, 2, and 4. Modi, the magical one, and Beyond the Victory, who might come down off of that 8-1 morning line. We've got a scratch in there, scratch the 6 Galatians. I got this note late because I got the early PPs reported first-time gelding for Beyond the Victory. Race 7, 1, 3, and 8. I like one last trial, a little bit of a price, and singling. Had to single somewhere. Let's wait to the last. High Roller, if he brings one of his better efforts, I think he beats this field. A clear trip today after some trouble last time out. $27.
All right, let's take a look at race 5. $25,000 starter allowance, 4 and up. Never won 2 are the conditions here. Optional claiming $25,000, going 6 furlongs. Let's start with my. I think there's a ton of speed in this race.
Sure.
The 1, Great Go-Go with a lot of speed. The 4 with a lot of speed. The 5, the 6, Bullet's Child coming off the layoff has a lot of speed. So I think it's going to be a speed fest early on in this race. I'm looking for a closer. How about the 8, Cash Again? I like what Dale Capuano did with this homebred for Stronach Stable. He's by Awesome again, the debut down at Gulfstream way last year on the turf. That didn't go well, and they brought the horse up to Dale. Dale tried the maiden special weight last December, sloppy track, showed a little early speed, and then got beat 24 lengths. So Dale takes him to Charlestown, gives him a nice confidence builder in a maiden special weight going 6.5. The Charlestown maiden special weights are probably about like our maiden 25 here. Maiden 25, maiden 16 is comparable to a maiden special weight at Charlestown. But he did it easy. He rallied from off the pace. That's a 2-turn, 6.5 contest at Charlestown. He won by almost 5. A nice 58 Beyer speed figure. You're getting 5 pounds off with Avery Wisman. So I think if there's a lot of early speed, I think it sets it up for an Awesome Again closer like the 8 I have on top, Cash Again.
And you sometimes say you talk me into it. Well, you might have talked me into throwing him into that ticket because I just noticed this and I missed it. You're doing a lot of stuff here. That was reported first-time gelding last time.
At Charlestown?
Yeah, look at that. He gelded 1-3 of 20, right?
Sure,
1-3,
okay.
20.
Yep.
So little change there. And brought the run and plenty of speed to target. Bullet's Child, as we talked about, is very fast. Look at that comment back in the summertime. Rated on the speeds. Rated pace at 22 and 45 and 2. Didn't even get asked really to the 8th pole. So something was going on there. It could have been a breather issue. I'm not sure. Got the staggers late. If they've got him fixed, he might just open up and say, see you later. So I can't leave him out of my pick 5. I'm going for some prices. Toe Curling Kiss is a horse that has back numbers off time, but I like the works. They're steady. They're good enough. This horse went right, and he ran well early in his career when fresh. I think Toe Curling Kiss can make a run into it. And the 5, it's Garrison's Chart. It looks like you can just glaze right by him. He was in a maiden 16. I've got power back in the first race today, but Money Sealed Surface, first try over the dirt. Second time Lasix off a pretty good layoff, and one kind of easy. Took pressure, repelled some challenges, kicked away, and won 11 and 4. Okay, that time was only 1/5 off of 3 in life $16,000 horses. Okay, the buyer was 57. Well, the 3 in life horses, the next race got a 74. So like buyer, sometimes you can't really, you don't know
Right.
you can't. Did that horse really run that fast? Maybe didn't make. I'm going to take a shot that he's okay. Because the horse that came back and ran that good number was Day the Music Died, who followed up with a big win in an allowance company.
Okay.
So we don't really know how good Garrison's Charge is, but in a wide open race, I've got to shoot for some prices. I'll take the 5-2. Dan's a Rebel. We've got a video, right, of him.
Way up.
This is a horse I think is going to take plenty of play, maybe down to 2-1 when it's all said and done. Line him at 3. But it ran against some really good horses. Ran fast at 2. Coming off time, that's the only issue. The barn hasn't been great with these kind of horses. But Dan's a Rebel here on the 15th of March of 19. Closes in steadily. He's going to get flow today. He's fresh. has to run for the tag, right, Stan? So we shall see.
He's a first-time gelding today.
First-time gelding, yep.
He's a real neat horse, Dan Zarrebel. He has plenty of conditions. He's a young 4-year-old. Now he's a first-time gelding. And they put it. I thought that he probably could have come back for the allowance condition. They go in for the 25, maybe a quick give-up move here. Yep. They get McCarthy. The barn had 2 wins yesterday. McCarthy had 3 wins yesterday. It's a nice horse. I'm just worried about him being in for the tag for the first time off the layoff.
You got to think, right, this is a horse projected. It should be able to maybe get through that other than condition.
Sure.
Just dangle him there for 25. Yeah, Wendell Fong that day. He's a good horse. So this is a very good betting race. The 5th. If you're kind of against this horse off the layoff and going to the lead for Fox, he's done nothing but run well. A lot of heart. He's going to have to really rate. Now, we'll see how Alberto Burgos, the bug rider, can he get this horse to relax a little bit and make a move, because he is a fighter, but he's got to time the ride into this speed.
All right, so a lot of speed in race 5. Let's turn the page here. Race 6 to kick off the final pick 3. We're going flat mile, 25,000 starter allowance, 4 and up. Never won 2 of the conditions here. Let's start with my top pick, the 5 here. Wild Rivers 5-1 morning line for Claudio. Big win first off the claim last out. Won easy, won by 5 1/4. Beat Coffee Please, who'd come right back to win. Wild River had to overcome trouble in that race and still won. Big 59 Beyer speed figure. So Claudio has a nice 5-year-old son of Flatter here, I think. Katie Davis will ride. I put the 5 on top. Wild River scratched the 6 Galatians in this race. That's the only scratch, right? So the 5-1 is going to come down a little bit, but I still think you'll get a nice price on Wild River.
Now, if you can trust Modi to bring it back, it should look like he was through the condition, unfortunately. DQ'd up at Penn National on the 31st of January. He brings some, pretty steady grinding runs when he's right, but I don't love him in this spot. I'm going to use him in here. Beyond the Victory reported first-time gelding. I'll take the shot. Trombetta at a price. Was real keen last time, was just dragging the rider. Trevor had to fight him a little bit against a real quality field. Bobby G and Ben Intendi. This horse can, I think, rate. Maybe this is going to be the change. The first-time gelding, some work since, working forwardly back for this race. I think he can make a run from mid-pack.
All right, well, I like the first-time gelding angle. Second off the layoff for Trombetta. McCarthy rides, gets a class relief. I didn't use him, but he could show up at a big price. So we both go with a couple prices on top. The one, Modi, one last out at Penn was DQ'd. He'll be tough. We both used the 1. The 2, the magical 1. We have a video of that race from February 1st. Let's show you the start from that race here, breaking from the 2-hole this day.
It's not good either. A little bench back, bounced around, jostled, whatever you want to call it. He had to give up a couple lengths right off the bat. He's going to make his way steadily up to contention, leaving the chute and heading to the 3/4 pole in this mile journey. The 16-2 in life Top Me Off was able to pretty much dictate it on the front end. Watch us get a little bit eager here to the inside of horses, and Rosales again is going to have to go ahead and tap the brakes off of the heels of that 4-horse going by right there. But he recovers. He falls 8-10 out of it midway around the turn. He's going to be able to go ahead and recover, though, and close in late. Top Me Off was getting a little bit weary in there. Is going to hold on. Do we have this? Oh, we're going to still keep him boxed in. Here we go. Finds a way. Here we go for the final 3/16 of a mile. Thanks, guys. Finds his way in between horses. Had to wait for some room, turning for home. And look at this. Another run. So reached in. Jerry Robb for 16. Is a protect move today. The blinkers go on. With a cleaner break, I tell you, he could be forward in this group with not a lot of true speed. I guess Mystic Time, Stan, would be your speed of the speed outside, but how far is he really going to carry it?
All right, so nice starter allowance here, race 6. Let's turn the page. Race 7 is going to kick off the late daily double. Nice first-level allowance contest for straight 3-year-old fillies. We're going 2 turns, a mile, and a 16th. My price play of the day in race 7, and I key on her in my late pick 5 ticket, the 8 Steady Love 4-1 morning line for Claudio Gonzalez. Big win last out against Allowance Company, going a mile at Parks. This filly's a 3-time winner as a young 3-year-old filly. That's pretty impressive. She's a male Allenbred by Buffum. I remember this dam here. Steady in Love was pretty good by Not for Love. Let's show you the big allowance win last December here, Laurel. Starter allowance. It was first off the claim for Claudia. Wins by almost 4 with a big number, 64 by her speed figure. So this was her last win at Laurel Park. If she runs this race today, I think that puts her right there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, off the claim, a 14-point jump in the buyer figures, and look at her out here, Stan. She just kind of takes the measure of Oliver's bump and says, okay, here we go, 3 wide, 4 wide. I'm going to go ahead and get the lead and win going away by 3 3/4 when it was all said. It didn't run terrible on the turn back. Was down inside after some early gate trouble when bounced around a little bit of a fade against a good field, and then showed a rebid up at Parks last time out. She's free and clear to the outside. As you say, Stan, a 3-time winner. You like that in these kind of races right now early on for the 3-year-old fillies. So Steady Love, I've got to use her into the mix.
How about the 112 today with the 7-pound bug? Only has to carry 112. She's getting a bunch of weight from the rest of the field going 2 turns here. The 1-year top pick, we have a video and a stat there. One last trial. Nice filly by Tonalist. She had a nice maiden score late January. Let's show you that win for this Kelly Rubley trained filly. This was on a muddy track. Here she is, the 4 this day.
Yeah, off the 1 sprint, and it's awfully tough to do, the 1 sprint out to the mile distance. But I tell you, one last trial. It looks like this is what she wanted to do all along. She kind of measured the speed, was outside, took a short lead, then was headed from her outside and battles back. Look at this, the last 1/8 of a mile. It's like all of a sudden I'm figuring this out. Look at the eagerness she's showing, kicking away under Sheldon Russell. Sheldon stays. She's got the inside post, same distance, 1 1/16. A couple works since then. And look at this stat for Kelly Rubley, the last 3 years with dirt routes. The maiden winners last time out, 3 for 11, Stan. Look at the ROI. $7. I still think you're going to get an okay price in here. I think Miss Tap Dance might be a lukewarm favorite. If they really come in hard on her, I'll be a little shocked. Maybe 2 to 1, the lowest I would take on her. But I like that experience. One last try. You look at her breeding stand, bottom side, it seems all sprint, but Tonalist on the top side. How about that? He loved the 1 1/4, 1.5. Didn't matter for him. What was he, a Belmont winner? A couple times he won the Jockey Club Gold Cup at 1 1/4. So maybe that's what getting this horse to go long. One last trial right back for me.
All right, nice group of 3-year-old fillies go for allowance money going 2 turns here, race 7. Let's turn the page. Race 8 is Quinella time with that low 10% takeout. Last live race. Every racing day we have the Quinella. Here we go, race 8, claiming 5,000, 4 and up, going 6 furlongs. I have the 7 on top. We both like High Roller. Let's show you the start of his last race. Late January, didn't break very well from the 6-hole this day.
No, A little bit of a step slow was High Roller on January the 26th, and then unfortunately is going to steady a couple times is High Roller. You're going to see him there, going to steady up between horses right there. A little bit of a steady, the 5-horse. Where was he? No, he was down inside that afternoon. But has to steady a couple times.
Okay,
from the 2 post.
He's the 5 here.
Yeah,
he
was on the 2 post. We had a couple scratches. Yeah, and that's a steady again. And he does it one more time on heels mid-turn. He's a horse that has speed when he's right. I like the draw to the outside. Can Liquid Hero bring that race right back? I don't know. Second time off the claim from Jerry Robb for Peacock. High Roller just needs to break cleanly here for Gomez. If he doesn't get the lead, I think he can press and go on. He's going to be my single in that late pick 4 ticket. 7-4-5-6.
All right, we both have the red hot Carlos Mencia on top. Race 8, that's it. We're out of time. Nice carryover in that late pick 5. It's over 4,500. Industry low, 12% takeout. Late pick 5 starts in race 4 today. Good luck if you play it. Dave Rodman's coming up next with scratches to carryover. Starts in race 4, a little over 4,500. That'll be well played. It'll be around 30,000 or more when it's all said and done, hopefully, in that late pick 5. Dave Rodman's coming up next with scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.